There are people that what they have is important to them more than what they are. That's why we have a government of slogans, of hooligans, wajambazi, thieves. A government of what? Thieves. That one I will say until Jesus come back. We have a government of thieves from the president down. Thieves. Not even thieves, robbers. I love that Catholic priest that was telling, this message is for a thief. Are you here and you're a thief? This message is for you. You would see the look on Ruto'S face. A thief. You know Ruto is a thief and he knows he's what? A thief. He knows it. He's a thief and he knows he's what? He's a thief. And he's not apologetic about it. He's not remorseful about it. He's not. He's very proud. He's a very proud thief. Now a thief is trying to fight a thief. Because a thief wants to be seen as righteous. No, Bwana, you are a thief. Two thieves. Gachagua is a thief. And Ruto is what? A thief. Now a big thief is fighting a small thief. An armed robber is fighting a pickpocket. Praise King Jesus. He knows he's a thief. If he's not a thief, I challenge him. Let him lift Bible and tell people I'm not a thief. And then put on newspaper. Everywhere he got everything he has. Let us see. We have auditors. We have auditors who can trace and find if this thing was here. That man is a thief.
You know, I've been listening to William Ruto's speeches. Every day he speaks. Every day the president gives his speeches. Actually, I would say that if someone came in Kenya for the first time, or maybe someone just comes in the country and listens to William Ruto, the president, giving his speech, that person would say that we really have, as a Kenyan country, we are really blessed to have such a very brilliant president. And he really needs to be given time to implement what he says.
What kind of outcome you expect where 50 heads of state are sitting? Everybody is asked for speak to 1.5 minutes. You speak to for 1.5 minutes. What kind of engagement are you going to get? You're going to get nothing, right? The best that you get is photographs.
But then, if it's us in this country, like we've been living in this country, we were born here, you know, everything we do in this country, we would say that that is who he is, like we are used to him. So that is now the problem of people getting used to you. You keep on repeating same thing. It started during the very day of inauguration. You've been speaking like this. Oh, I will do nitafanya nimetenga. So kutenga has been more, or we are planning. The planning and kutenga has been more on William Ruto's speech more than the implementation. You know, you can't be keeping on promising people things that you know you can't implement. Implement so that people can see what you're saying. So that has been the criteria that William Ruto has been using. So we Kenyans are used to him. Anyway, I want us to listen to some of William Ruto's speeches and before we continue with our discussion.
Mnataka mjue ni sababu gani nimeamua nifanye hii kazi hata ikiwa ni ngumu. Najua wale walinitangulia pengine wanaweza kuwa na sababu. Pengine wanaweza kuwa na excuse ya kukosa kufanya. Mimi sina. Kwa sababu pengine Jomo anaweza kusema alikuwa mzee. Si ndio? Alipata uongozi akiwa na miaka 70 na kitu. Si anaweza kusema alikuwa mzee. Akaponyoka na hapo. Mimi si mzee. So I cannot have that excuse. Si ndio? Wale wengine wanaweza kusema pia pengine hawakuwa na masomo ya kutosha. Mimi niko na PhD. Mimi nimesoma vizuri. Kwa hivyo I have no excuse ya kukosa kufanya hii kazi. Pengine mwingine anaweza kusema pengine hawakuwa na experience ya kutosha. Mimi nimechaguliwa mbunge mara 3. Mimi nimekuwa naibu ya rais miaka 10. Mimi niko na excuse kweli ya experience? Si mimi niko na experience ya kutosha? Sasa mimi nataka niwaulize, ningekosaje kufanya hii kazi ya kubadilisha Kenya? Na mimi niko na experience ya kutosha, mimi niko na elimu ya kutosha, mimi niko na umri ya kutosha. Simuache nifanye hii kazi, Kenya hii ibadilike. So we need to work together. This is not time for finger pointing. This is not time for blame game. This is the time for us to work together towards a solution to save our planet, to ensure that we deploy all the resources we have. All we want is that we want a new discussion where we are part of the discussion. And we are saying, and let me tell you leaders, because I'm speaking to policymakers here, we are saying we do not want anymore to be the continent that we are asking for help, we are asking for aid. We want to have a different conversation. We want to have a conversation of equals. We want to bring our assets. We have assets as a continent, and we want these assets to count for something. We are not a continent without resources. The narrative has always been built that we are the poorest continent. We are not.
Now, as we get deeper into this discussion, today was ODM UDA's PG meeting. That is Raila Ruto'S PG meeting, and I've seen a lot of people complaining that Edwin Sifuna missed the meeting and all that. First of all, I will try to defend Sifuna by saying this. But that meeting, of course, it was meant for ODM UDA. But what was the essence of Sifuna going as a Secretary General if there is nothing constructive that he was going to do? Okay, of course, you know, we must have this Mara. It's a meeting that needs to be attended by everybody. But why would he go if he's not going to do it? You know, that is a very serious meeting that required him to go. Some would say that, you know, I've listened to that meeting, and in fact, it is just a meeting of blame game. It is not like a secret meeting; it was a public meeting with a blame game. William Ruto blaming the members of parliament or receiving bribe.
A few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering. Did you get the money? No. So we need a conversation. You know, there are legitimate concerns on how resources are being spent at the counties. There is. We cannot also run away. There is legitimate concern. Let me ask, for example, the latest Sokohuru in the Senate. Because you have to accept, you know, by virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on. Where does somebody find 150 million? Where? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county. Is that correct or not correct? Yes. Let me ask you, members of parliament who are seated here. Do you, for example, know, do you, for example, know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money? So
going forward, si tunataka tukubaliane, si we are one team. Yes, there are people who are destroying the credibility of parliament. And they are collecting money in the name of parliament. And some of the time, or most of the time, that money never gets to parliament, it gets to a few people. We are not going to shame them. We are going to arrest them. Yes. Do we agree? Do we agree? Yes. Whoever is giving and whoever is being given and whoever is doing whatever it is, we sort them out. Because the reality, friends, the reality is that there is a problem. And we all know here, tukitaka tukusema ukweli, there is a problem. And unless we sort it out, we are going to destroy our nation. We are going to destroy this nation unless we sort it out.
So I was asking myself as I was listening to that you're blaming these people that they have been receiving bribes. First things first, where is this money that these members of parliament are receiving coming from? Who is bribing them in the first place? If you really know these members of parliament, just like the same way Edwin Sifuna said when they were in Mombasa, if you really know these members of parliament, can you tell us, we Kenyans, we want to know? Just mention them. William Ruto has got power to do anything. He can name the people that have been receiving bribes. He can do anything in this country. As far as I'm concerned, he is the head of state. So head of state does not fear anything. Why can't we just point them out and say that wewe Junet Mohammed umekuwa receive bribe, wewe Kimani Chungu umekuwa receive bribe, and the time has come for you to stop receiving bribes? Instead of kwenda hivi na hivi, and then you are telling us that the things that I'm doing, hata Raila angekuwa rais angefanya hizo, mara implement SHA, mara affordable housing. We don't care about that. Anyway, I want us to listen to some of the conversations or some of the things that took place during the meeting between UDA and ODM PG meeting. And then please don't forget to drop your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you are watching this video from. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface. Big.
You know, there are legitimate concerns on how resources are being spent at the counties. There is. We cannot also run away. There is legitimate concern. Let me ask, for example, the latest Sokohuru in the Senate. Because you have to accept, by virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on. Where does somebody find 150 million? Where? Huh? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county. Is that correct or not correct? Yes. This is the same problem that we face. This is the same problem that we face because, look, for example, we passed the law that we all know, friends, we all know the problems we go through with fundraisings for people who have hospital bills. All of us. In your phones, you have WhatsApp groups. So-and-so has this condition, so-and-so has this condition, contribute here. True or not true? Yes. But we don't want to fix it because it's difficult. But I must commend you. I must commend the members of National Assembly and Senate because you took the courage and passed the bills that today is beginning to solve the problem of health in Kenya. It may not happen instantly, but all of you can now see that there is a possibility that we can sort out the challenge of health and health delivery in Kenya. But because we had to be bold, we had to be bold and make the necessary decisions. Today, we are dealing with the crooked hospitals and health professionals who still want to steal from SHA and to steal from our health provision. And we will go after them and we will deal with them. So, what am I saying? I am saying the following. If we have to change Kenya, my friends, we have a historic opportunity today. With this broad-based government, we have a historic opportunity to unleash the full potential of Kenya. We all believe, I do, that Kenya is a very great country, this country of ours. There is absolutely no reason why Kenya is not like Singapore. We have what it takes. Let me repeat. We have what it takes to measure up to the countries in the first world. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But we are playing in the wrong league because leadership, me and you, are refusing to stand up to what this country needs. I really want to persuade you guys. I really want to persuade you friends. Yeah? This is not about William Ruto. I am here today, I will not be there tomorrow. This is not about Raila Odinga. Right? It's about the country called Kenya, where today we have the privilege to be the leaders, to be the decision makers, to decide which way Kenya. It is us who are sitting.
As leaders, we are supposed to scan the horizon, spot the danger, and act to subvert that danger. In 2024, the last year, we understood that the dark clouds that were gathering over Kenya could have been exciting, but they could also mark the end of Kenya. We decided that it is better to have an imperfect country that is struggling to mend its ways than to have a collapsed one. We came together to create an environment in which we can discuss our issues and differences as people of one nation. As you know, and as you know here, there are countries that cannot discuss their issues at home. In my life, I've attended many meetings in London, Paris, Istanbul, Washington, name it, where African leaders are ferried to foreign capitals from their own collapsing countries to discuss issues they cannot discuss at home. We go together to spare Kenyan that shame. Our object was and remains one, as one US Senator called it, our country, our whole country, and nothing but our country. Having stabilized the nation, how have we performed in the intervening periods? How do we do better? How do we move forward in a way that respects the people of Kenya and that shows that we are alive to the circumstances that triggered our coming together and that we are acting on them?
Opportunity to work. And Your Excellency, in that call for unity, we have seen, as Honorable Juneta said, and Honorable Aaron Cheruyot, a lot of synergies, not just in the two houses, I believe, in both the Senate and the National Assembly, but a lot of synergy even within the executive with coming into government of many of our colleagues from ODM, and we particularly note the efforts of the Honorable John Buddy, who is here, and I don't say it because he's a former member of Parliament, but he has him and the Honorable Aden Duale and others who came from Parliament have really worked very well with these members, not just to foster unity amongst us, but also to advance the government agenda in the broad-based government, and we appreciate their contribution to the nation and to making our work easier. As was mentioned, Your Excellency, our work as leaders in the House has...
So the work of Parliament is representation, legislation, and oversight. Very clear, it's written there in the Constitution. Parliament is not supposed to be implementing. Parliament is supposed to be oversighting. It's not oversighting. And secondly, there is only two levels of devolution. There's, national and one level, county. Constituency is not an element of devolution. Devolution remains at the county. Down there, the constituency, the county government does implementation of the projects. I'm saying, correct. Down at the constituency, it's the county government. By the national government is supposed to do national projects, and we go down there. And there are functions which are clearly been assigned. Functions which have been clearly been assigned to the national government. I will tell you, your legislatures, and a very famous English politician said that I may not agree with what you have to say, but I shall not defend unto death your right to say it. So listen to me. Let me say it. And then you'll have a chance to come and respond. So I'm telling you, I know that sometimes the truth is very bitter. I was there, and we discussed with the Karue when he was moving around to bring the CDF. The CDF was brought because of circumstances that were prevailing at that time. In those days, with a centralized system of government, there were very little resources which are going down to the counties. And that's the reason why the Harambee became the major ways of mobilizing resources. Sometimes you find nearly 100 cards in your desk for Harambees here and there. Whenever the president moved around, we'll go around to counties, to the districts. And then we'll be addressing people. People will come up to tell them their problems.